R.E.S.T.A.R.T. Find out what it means to me. R.E.S.T.A.R.T. It's bigger than P.P.P. And it's bigger 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 and it's bigger. Bigger and it's 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 bigger. R.E.S.T.A.R.T. Forgivable for you and me. R.E.S.T.A.R.T. Forgivable for you and me. It's forgivable, 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 forgivable. What you want, they might got it. What you need, yeah, they might got it. All we're asking for is a little restart. Restart. No. I can't do this. It's not that fun. This is politics. Okay, everybody, we were just going to go over this. Sorry about that horrible intro, but trying to get this thing have a little bit of flavor to it. So you want to know what the meat and potatoes of this bill is, I think. Right now I'm going to try to go over the parts of this bill that really apply to the smaller business owner, the sole proprietors, the independent contractors. What is in this bill for you? Can you take advantage of the bill that is looking like we are going to be given as part of our future? So here's what it suggests. Now the bill is it's the S.3814 in the Senate. A little bit different than the other PPP. There's maybe more technical issues as to proving the business that you are in. And here, look at, if you've noticed this, here's where you're going to 3.75% of covered loans not more than 100,000. You're going to pay bigger interest. The more you borrow, 3.5% if your loan is between 100,000 and 250,000. 3.25% if it's between 250,000 and 500,000. Now let's go down to your very low if, well, look at this. I want to show you something. Now, you're going to be, if you're borrowing more than 4 million to 12 million, you're not even a percentage. You don't even have to pay a percent. So what is that telling us? Small business. So this is considered a small business. I think they got it wrong again. They got it wrong again. For any covered loan that is made to an eligible recipient more than 500 employees, pay the applicable. The U.S. Small Business Administration counts companies with as much as $35.5 million in sales and 1,500 employees as small businesses, depending on the industry. Outside government, companies with less than $7 million in sales and fewer than 500 employees are widely considered small businesses. So if you want to know why the SBA and PPP run out of money so fast, it's probably because small businesses really are not that small. This program, the first PPP was 5 years. This one I think is going into 7 years, which would be a lighter. It would be less payments that have to be made towards it. And in all, we're looking to have this to be a forgivable loan as well.
That have seen the largest revenue decline. They ought to have loans available to them that are backed by the federal government that allow them to pay for their working capital over the last 6 months of this year, pay back those loans over a 7-month period, but be to the extent that they use those loans to pay for debt, to pay their rent, to pay for payroll and benefits, that ultimately those loans be forgivable. And it's
in paragraph, the eligible recipient suffered a decline in gross receipts. So are we going to have to show that? Because I don't think with this bill, I don't think they get the small businesses, literally. Because a lot of small businesses, say you make $150, $200 a day, and you go out on the way back from your business, you stop over and you pull over and you buy some supplies for it, and you don't have all the gross receipts. I don't think they get the small businesses here, and I think what they get is big business ideas and big business financials, and showing your profits and losses and margins and statements. They get the big business aspect of that and the statistics and the micro macroeconomics to it all, but they don't get the Johnny on the spot small business that doesn't have gross receipts for everything in order that they would like to see it. And that's the part that concerns me about this program. Or the covered loan, April 15th, or with respect to an eligible recipient, a covered loan that suffered a decline in gross receipts more than 80% in 2020 as compared to 2019 in 6-month period, beginning on the date of origination of the covered loan as compared to the comparable period 2019, determined by eligible recipient covered loan 12-month period beginning on. Okay, I'm getting it now. I'm getting it now. I'm getting it. Underserved borrower. Right here means any business that has traditionally had difficulty accessing financing, including a business concerns that has fewer than 25 employees and do not have a strong relationship with the bank, are owned or controlled by minorities, are owned or controlled by women, are owned or controlled by veterans, including service disabled veterans, as those terms are defined in subsection 3Q of the Small Business Act and 15 U.S.C. 632Q, or located in low-income rural communities, including those areas eligible for assistance under sections 45D. And tribal business concerns. Terms and requirements. Except as provided in paragraph, the duration of the covered loan shall be for not more than 7 years. The amount in general of a covered loan made to eligible recipient cannot be not more or lesser 45% of 2019 gross receipts of the eligible recipients and $12,000. The amount covered for reduction based on other SBA loans. Reduction based on other SBA loans. The amount covered, this is important because we have a lot of us that already have an SBA loan. So, of the CARES Act, reduction based on other SBA loans. The amount of a covered loan which an eligible recipient may receive under the section shall be reduced by the amount of any assistance received by the eligible recipient under subsection 36 Small Business Act. So here you go. Here we go. We're finding out that the amount covered loan for which an eligible recipient may receive under this section shall be reduced. It's kind of an important little statement there. So here we go. Shall be reduced by the amount of any assistance received by the eligible recipient under subsection 36 under Small Business Act. Okay, so there we go. If you already got a loan, it can be reduced by that much. So say you were going to get a $12,000 loan and you got $8,000 already, then $4,000 of it we're looking at. Maybe given or maybe forgiven. They're not real. I don't like the wording of it. I don't like the wording of it. For a small business owner, that's not good wording. Intended to be used, that is intended to be used for the allowable expenses described in subsection G2 during the covered period. Well, hey guys, if you're not sleeping by now after hearing all that, then I don't know what would put you to sleep. But if you ever want to go to sleep to a nice, soft, and soothing message, this would probably be a good put me to sleep video. But I'm going to leave the link to the PDF of this bill down below. So if you want to go over it in more detail, then you can. But from what I've read about it, my take is it's just another PPP type of bill that will hand out more money to big businesses and make it a little harder for small businesses to get loans to businesses that it seems to me like the eligibility is going to be a lot harder, and the proof of the required proof of how much you lost and how much you've gained from this year to last year the burden's on the business owner. And I just don't think with this bill, I just don't think that the Congress, I don't think they get it. I don't think they understand small business in America yet. Maybe they will one day. I mean, if we could just send them our bank statements and they can go through our grocery list and whatever they want, then maybe they'll get it one day that we don't quite operate the way that 1,500 to 500 employee businesses operate. But anyway, I hope this helps you a little bit. I'll leave the link below to the bill, and we'll see what happens. All right. Have a blessed night. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Bye.